What's good? What's good? What's good? What's good? Oh my goodness gracious, man. Man, them boys wild, man. Them boys wild. Eddie Hearn wild, man. Eddie Hearn's wild. That's the lionest cat I've ever heard in my life, man. That dude lie. That is the worst liar I think I've ever heard of. Oh, no, I mean that's an exaggeration. He is one of the worst. He's Pat. What is this dude doing, man? What is this dude doing? This cat has absolutely no shame whatsoever. I'm mind boggled, man. I thought that this every time I think to this dude, has shown me who he is. He goes to another level with it. This dude goes to it. He went to another level with it. This guy is seriously, man. Woo-wee. Let me wait for a couple more people to come in, man. And then, woo-wee. Hey, hold on one second. Hey, John. I gotta ask my son to do something real quick. I'm gonna wait for y'all to come in, man. I'm gonna do something. Smash the like button on the way in. Smash the like button on the way in. Shout out to Brian McIntyre. Bo-Mac's name is Brian McIntyre, right? Shout out to Bo-Mac, Brian McIntyre. That dude, Terrence Crawford, is a monster. An absolute monster. Oh my God, man. So let's go with it, man. Let me say what's up to everybody. Boxing Conversations with Reggie Owens. Salute to you. Ivy Webb, salute. Woolbag, salute. A attack by that country's rebels targeted a civilian airport in southern that place on Wednesday, injuring at least 23. Yeah, like they're not going to try to come find Andy Ruiz. Like they're not going to try to come find Andy Ruiz. But that ain't even a lie I'm talking about. It was a lie that just, he really thinks that you people are stupid. He thinks you people are stupid. Stupid. Hold on one second, man. Wow. But let me say what's up. Woolbag, Deacon Dollars, Thomas Moreland, Ivy Webb. What's good, Ivy Webb? Woolbag, Deacon Dollars, Thomas Moreland. The expert genius, man. I thought I did something to you, man. You said, what's up for 9? Looks like my source is right. Yes, sir. I thought I had offended you. I ain't seen you in so long on the chat, expert genius. Yeah, my son acting like he didn't hear that call. Gravy Davy, what's going on? Smoke 'em. Lowland Profits. Hey, can you put some coffee in this and bring it back to me? I can't leave. I don't want to leave the chat to do it. Just pour it about halfway through. It's in the pot. Just pour it in there like a regular thing. About halfway full. Yes, my son is acting right. I'm so proud of my son. He has really been acting right the last couple of weeks because before we get into this, because I've been implementing my negotiation skills that I'm trying to give you guys on the Patreon. Sign up for the damn Patreon. I'm telling you, I've got some shit that is going to make your life better on the Patreon. I promise you. I promise you. It's other level negotiation tactics. I'm telling you. Go listen to them. Listen to them. What's going on, man? I ain't got a super chat in here, man. What's good, man? G. Benson said, Hearn pushing Joshua into a very difficult position. He knows he doesn't want those titles to be broken up because it's extremely difficult for Joshua to get those belts back, and he could lose that process. Lose that in the process. Yeah, man. I for 9, you have me sold. What's the Patreon? Somebody put the Patreon on the channel. I'm telling you. Listen to the negotiation series, dude, and I am more than willing to hold individual sessions on it. But this shit is going to improve your life. My son is acting right. Okay, I paid a ton of money, and I love. Hey, thank you, sir. You fucking kidding me? That's my boy. I got my coffee. Do you understand how damn near impossible that would have been a month ago? Shh. Promise you, dude. Promise you. That's my boy. I love my son to death. I am so proud of him. Mr. J Dub Dex. All right, so now we ready to go. We ready to roll. We got 15 people in the building. Magic. That shit is magic. Okay, Fanon, how long does Andy have to schedule a fight after AJ asks for the rematch? I don't know. I didn't read the contract. But let me tell you, he said, I was like, why is Fanon talking to him like that? What you talking about? Just, that's my dude, man. First of all, that's my boy. I love my son. My son is a good kid, a good person. Belly flop, Bomax, salute. Yeah, but Bomax the shit, man. I like him. But look, let's get to this, okay? Now we ready to go. We got 115, 120 people in the building. Oh, professionally? Oh, yeah. I'm telling you, man, it's a powerful, powerful tool. Now, let's get to this. Eddie Hearn. Well, let's talk about, first of all, I'm going to bite off my man, Trill Boxing Talk. Because Trill Boxing Talk, dude, Black Fight Fan TV got his thing organized. So I'm biting his style. We're going to start with this Demetrius Andrade Canelo issue, okay? Just like they did. Canelo Alvarez, I told you that boy's a beast. Hey, if he fights Demetrius Andrade, everybody be quiet, okay? Because he would have fought 2 Gennady Golovkin fights, a Daniel Jacobs fight, and a Demetrius Andrade fight, okay? What else do you want with the man? There's almost nobody else in boxing that has fought that level of competition. Yes, he definitely he hasn't fought Charlo, and he fought Rocky Fielding, okay? But as far as if he fights Demetrius Andrade, come on, man. You can call him Canelo because there ain't no getting out of that dog, but for real, you can't say 2 fights with Gennady Golovkin, a fight with Daniel Jacobs, and a fight with Demetrius Andrade. Come on, man. That's 4 fights. That's 4 top level. That's 4 of his last 5 fights being top level fights, man. Top level fights. Yeah, Canelo's a monster. So I just want to tell you, that's why I'm a fan of Canelo. That's why I'm a fan of Canelo, okay? Just telling you. Now, there's some shady shit that goes on with Oscar De La Hoya, no doubt about it. But I'm telling you, my schedule is different now. My job, oh, that's what's up. Thanks, Expert Genius. I'm about to say, damn. Because I do my stuff in the morning. I'm like, but that's, I feel like, damn, I don't see certain people because I do my show in the and I only do one show now. I don't do multiple because I respect other people's schedules. But I just want to let you know, dog, if he fights that dude, I don't want to hear nothing. Hey, dog, y'all got to pay respect to the redhead, dog. Okay? Pay respect to the redhead because he fights. He fights. What's going on, Marcus Jansen? He said, belly flop Bomag. It's my man. Damn, you funny. He said, can't even disagree there. Yeah, man. Come on. Who else has done that? Who else has done that? Yes, there's fights that I want to see him fight. Yeah, I wanted to see the Charlo. Yes, I want to see the Charlo fight. And after that's done, if Charlo, but dude, this dude, he fights. First of all, the dude can fight. He's a hell of a fighter, man. But Stay Ready TV said, what's good, Chad? Finally get a chance to catch a show. It's slow at the job today, just paperwork. What's been my big brother Fanon Denard? Hey, Fanon, salute to you. Stay Ready, bye. Thank you, man. I'm glad y'all come in because y'all always make time for the Trill. Make time for some Fanon. Come in, holler at your boy. Come holler at your boy. We here every morning. We the after party after that. We the party after the after party. All right. So yeah, man, I just want to say that about Canelo. Man, put some respect on Canelo's name. Put some respect on Canelo's name, dog. He's the truth, man. He said enough respect for now. That's what's up. Thank you, sir. Thank you, man. Thank you. Now I talked about Canelo. Steve Lamar Wilkinson, what's for 9 pound LWC? Yes, sir. For 9, what's going on, Right Hook, man? Thank y'all, man. All right, so I wanted to say that about Canelo. If the redhead, yeah, exactly. What's going on for Fahim Satur? Shot fired. Shot fired. Shot fired. I hope tell me if I got you. I think I can get you. I think I hit you with that one. Respect the skills, but Canelo duck Charlo. Yeah. I got that. I got that. But you can't even say if he winds up fighting Demetrius Andrade, you can't say Duck Charlo because he fought another champion. You just can't, damn, Fahim. You can't do it. You just can't say Duck because that next fight was for a unification fight. He did get stripped though, and they made him act right. But I think a lot of that has to do with the zone. I really do. I think a lot of that's got to do with the zone. I think a lot of it's got to do with whatever, man. Canelo, I'm a believer in Canelo. I'm just telling you. That boy can, first of all, what's going on, Ibrakai? Let me tell you, man, Canelo can fight. Okay? That boy can fight. And I love his fighting style, man. So it's just, I can't do it, man. My shoulder roll is impeccable. Oh, yeah, you talking about, yeah, dude, come on, man. Canelo can pull off he can pull off the Philly shell. Come on, man. The dude pulls it off. He's standing right there in front of you. You throwing straight bombs at this dude and you can't touch him. And he ain't even got to move. Dog, that dude is, now his foot speed ain't the best, but seriously, man, when he just stood in front, when you see him get clocked by Gennady Golovkin, and all he has to do is stay right where he was, he let his head clear standing right in front of the dude. Just boop, boop. All right, let my head clear. You ain't hitting nothing. Nope. All right, my head's clear. Bop! And he did it right there, man. What's good, Mr. Mister? Said Canelo is a high-level fighter, no doubt. Yeah. Oh, no, not against Mayweather. But maybe, that's Floyd. What's going on, man, Mr. Khan? B&B Boxing. Yeah, that's Floyd. So, what can you do? That's Floyd. It's tough. Canelo trainer said he watched Floyd lost over and over and over and learned from it. Yeah, of course and as well he should. Unlike a certain other dude who's out there acting like a fool. Dog, I'm about to not be a fan of Manny Pacquiao no more. Manny Pacquiao's a nutcase. That dude's a straight nutcase. I can't believe that dude said what he said, man. I can't believe that dude said what he said, man. Go look at the new articles for I'm not even going to really address it because I don't like demonetization as a policy. I don't believe in demonetization. But Manny Pacquiao to be compared to Ali. Oh, I'll tell you, Woolbag. He said that he is a member of the church whose symbol is this, right? And that the head of that, who is Jesus, that God is not a merciful God. He doesn't believe that God is a God of mercy. He believes that God is a God of punishment. That's what he said. God is not a God of mercy. God believes in the government. And if you break a government law, Jesus believes that you should be punished based on the laws. That's what he said. Defending these guys defending what they did as far as the death penalty for kids that are using drugs in the Philippines. Amazing. Much love, Justin Marshall. Amazing, dude. Amazing. No, this dude is no different than them psychotic. He's no different. To me seems like his mentality is no different than like the Southern people in that put crosses up there and believe that that's the law. Right there, yeah, it's a cross. Slap one of them up there and set it ablaze. But anyway, man, get out of here with that stuff, man. That dude is just he's off his rocker, man. That dude is off. That dude is clearly taking too many punches to the dome. And seriously, man, no, I can't get with him. But I'm not going to talk about that too much long. He said that shit ain't in the Bible. Oh, you can find anything in the Bible. Anything. You just got to say it the way you want to say it. Messiah, help us understand if Ruiz won the belts, how can Eddie Hearn make Ruiz fight in Saudi? Ruiz is the champ. It just don't make no sense to me, and I don't care what he signed. Messiah, let me explain that. Much love in the super chat. And I'll explain. First of all, he can't. You cannot. Eddie Hearn cannot force him to do anything. The only person that can force him to do something is a court that has jurisdiction over it. That's who can actually force him. Eddie cannot, and I know I'm being very specific here. Eddie Hearn cannot force him to do anything. Eddie Hearn is saying that you agreed to this in a contract, and you're going to, and you are bound to do what this contract says, what's written down on this piece of paper. That may or may not be true, because the question isn't whether or not he agreed to it. The question is whether or not it's enforceable. That's the question. By Action Jackson, much love. The question is, can you enforce that agreement? It's a contract, an agreement between two people. It's not whether you promised or not. It's whether or not Eddie Hearn can get it enforced. So Eddie, can Eddie get that enforced? It depends on what he's trying to enforce. What are you trying to enforce? If he's trying to enforce the fact that he's got a rematch, that you have to do a rematch within a certain specific time, okay, cool. But what damn it? And he breached it, right? And he didn't. He breached the agreement. He failed to keep his promise. What is the punishment going to be? What's the punishment going to be? Is it money? Right? And if it's money, it's got, oh, by the way, before I get into this, son, keep my name out your mouth. I know you're watching. Keep my name out your mouth. Or I will show you what playing like a playing lawyer is. Keep my name out your mouth. Or I'll show you what playing is. Anyway, and you know who I'm talking to. Some of y'all, some raggedy ass bastards, I swear. Lazy, shiftless, inappreciative, jealous, petty jackasses. I ain't never done nothing to you. I didn't do nothing but help you. Keep my name out your mouth. Raggedy ass people. You guys make it so I can't help anybody. You've now made it. I used to pride myself on this channel that I would take boxing fans that are on my channel, and as a benefit, I would tell them of other creators that do really good work, and then encourage them to support those creators. I would encourage them. Never was asked. I just said, look, man, you guys love this topic. I'm not the only people that talk about this. Hey, man, look at these guys. But you petty, jealous motherfuckers want to try to tear me down, or tear 78 Sports TV down, or tear Black Fight Fan TV down, despite the fact that we have all done something to help you. Now you hurt the entire ecosystem, because now nobody wants to work with one another. Now I'm going to sit back and say, Fanon, if you stop, then they win. Oh, no, I don't. I'm just going to hold off. I'm going to hold off, because there's plenty of channels that you need to remind to. There's Boxing Conversations with Reggie Owens right there. Right there. There's KQKC Boxing right there. There's Junior the Truth right there. Plenty of them. Plenty of them. But if you ain't, and I was resistant to this idea, but I'm going to get back into the conversation in a second. I was very resistant to the idea of it's LDBC or nothing. Behind the scenes, I was very against that, because I believe in being very inclusive. But I'm also one of these people, and I've had conversations with Hyphy, just so you know, and I wasn't really feeling it. But I'm going to tell you, I'm one of these people that will accept when I'm wrong. And I was wrong, and they were right. Because I said, come to me and tell me if you got an issue with somebody, come and tell me, just show me the paperwork. When somebody can show me paperwork that fast, that often, that consistently, bye. Goodbye. And eventually you'll fail. Because truth be told, you're not that smart. and you're not that good. Anyway, so back onto this. Dang, I sounded like best fight. I found it sounded like best fight the best. Anyways, let me go on. Oh, I was just cruised by a channel yesterday and was like, wow, really? Really? What did I do to you? Anyways, let's get back to this legal talk that I'm giving you that I obviously don't know anything about, that you can Google after I'm done, or go find your local attorney and ask them if what I say is true. The question about whether or not there was an agreement in place is secondary to whether or not it's an enforceable agreement. You have to be able to enforce it. And not only that, you have to enforce specific term that you're talking about, right? So Andy Ruiz says, I'm not going. The court, whoever the arbiter is, because I'm assuming that it's a mediator, says, yes, I find that you're in breach of contract. So what damages are you asking for, Eddie? Eddie's going to say, I want to make him make the fight. You want specific performance? Oh, specific performance? Well, you have to show irreparable harm. Or better yet, an injunction. I don't want, like in the case of Lennox Lewis. And Lennox Lewis, the court wanted to, they said, we're going to issue an injunction to prevent Hasim Rahman from fighting anybody else before he fights Lennox Lewis. And why was that? Because he proved that there was irreparable harm. There would have been irreparable harm to Lennox Lewis's career if they did not sign up that specific remedy. Okay? Because it's not just contracts, stupid. You also have to address remedies. What is the remedy that you're looking for? You want money? Oh, well, okay. What's the value? What is your interest? What is reliance? What money did you spend in reliance of this? Restitution, which I do believe is unjust enrichment. So how much money did they make by breaking your promise, by breaking the promise to you? There are punitive damages, which means you're doing what they might give because you're violating the public interest and they want to punish you for doing that, right? And the last one is specific consequential damages, which is how much money would you have made in profit? So not only do you have to have a theory behind claim that they breached the agreement, you also have something, you have to ask for something, and the court has to be willing to give that to you. And for everything that you're willing to give, you have to have a specific theory or a specific remedy that you're asking for. And there's different elements that you have to prove in order to get them. And like 78 Sports TV said, hey man, he might be willing just to pay you the money. Okay, say he says it was worth $15 million to him. Okay, we're gonna make $100 million over the next over a three fight deal with Deontay Wilder. So here's your $15 million. There you go. Bye-bye. We'll keep the belts. Kick rocks. Who knows? But the fact of the matter is Eddie Hearn can't make him do anything. It is going to be whoever they agreed would mediate the agreement. If it's a court, then it's a court. But then also you're going to have issues with this. Eddie's going to be trying to file that shit in the UK for a fight that happened in the United States. There's all kind of issues with that. There's no cut and dry what's going to happen with that. And then you'll say, hold on, man. But look, let me tell you what Eddie Hearn said. Eddie Hearn said that there was already, this dude is on another planet, man. This dude said that there was not that when Andy Ruiz came out today, said, I will. Thank you for nine. These clowns don't understand law, tort, and substantive loss and gain, but federal statutes supersede that BS contract. Say, dude, first of all, I will. You got to figure out what fucking court that's going to be in. Because Andy Ruiz is living in LA, California, right? The original fight was in New York. Eddie Hearn and Matchroom is in UK, but I bet it was Matchroom USA. So since they did match, it was a Matchroom USA, and Matchroom USA is headquartered in New York. More than likely, it's either going to be New York or LA. I mean, who knows what's going to happen with that? That's not some simple issue. That's not like they were everything happened in the state of Texas. But regardless, it's a promise between two people, but it has to be an enforceable promise. And you also have issues when you say, this dude said, hold on, man, who are we talking about? Because I can unsubscribe to their channel. I just unsubbed to a couple channels. I thought, I'm not going to say their names. I'll let you just follow Hyphy. Just follow Hyphy because I'm not into that. I'm not blasting cats specifically by name, but I'm just saying, dude, come on, man. Come on, man. Just keep my name out of it, dog. Just keep all your little petty kitty shit. Just keep my name out of it, okay? Ain't no need to insult me about just, dog, come on. Ain't no need for that. Just do you, okay? Just do you. Just do you, okay? And if you think I'm lying, go find somebody and ask them. That's easy. Go find somebody and ask them. Say, hey, this is what this guy said. Does this make sense? They're going to say, yes, it makes perfect sense. Because it's not that complicated. Get out of here, man. You guys are scared by that shit. Get out of here. This shit ain't complicated. You guys keep talking what the contract says is, dude, so in a contract just an agreement between me and you, but it don't matter if they got to enforce it. And there's reasons why they may choose not to enforce something. They may choose to enforce something because they think that the parties never really intended to enter into an agreement. Like they never really, or that some particular term was non-material and you didn't give them any specific consideration for that. Eddie Hearn just claimed today that there was 2 separate contracts that were both signed before the Andy Ruiz fight. That's what he said. This dude just said this in response to Andy Ruiz. And I'm like, are you crazy? He said you are more qualified to speak on legal issues. Dude, I'm telling you, this is information. I'm not giving you any advice about what to do. I don't know the statutory law in the state of, I'm not barred in the state of New York or LA or California or definitely not the UK. But dude, this is just basic common law concept of an agreement. This is not complicated stuff at all. And this is stuff that's just, the government comes into it because they think that there's a public interest in having people keep promises. Like you made a promise to me, hey man, what's going to happen if, people just don't keep their promises? And then the court says, hey man, we've got a public interest in making sure that we have an open and free market and that people can rely upon each other to keep their promises. But some promises they're not going to enforce. For example, if the United States has a travel advisory to a specific country, you can't force somebody from the United States to go to violate U.S. law or put themselves in imminent harm of death because they promised to do something that you interpreted to be that. That's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. But Eddie Hearn, and then here's another thing. Let me tell you what he said though. Let me tell you what this dude said today. Okay? Let me tell you. You just answered my question, Fanon. Yes, it's ridiculous. Well, here's the thing, man. Eddie Hearn just said today, when Andy Ruiz said, I'm not going, and you can't make me go, right? Eddie Hearn says, break the jargon down. Okay, all right, I know you're a good dude, so I won't say it's plain English, and I don't know how to say it any other way, okay? But I'll try to not use any terms that you might consider to be technical terms, okay? But here, I agree to you this. This is what Eddie Hearn said. Eddie Hearn says there was 2 separate contracts that took place, that were executed, that were agreed upon before the first Andy Ruiz fight. He says there's 2 contracts, that there were 2 separate agreements. But the whole time before that, he was saying that there was a clause, which is one piece of an agreement. So, for example, Anthony, how can I say this in a simple way? Andy Ruiz signed a contract to fight Deontay Wilder. On this piece of paper, there were 0.1, 0.2, 0.3, 0.4, 0.5, right? 0.5. Say, what's going on, Sean Davis? Thank you, sir. Much love in the super chat, man. Okay, so say 0.5, and this is just information, said we're going to have a rematch. We're going to have a rematch if Anthony Joshua loses. Okay? So it says we're going to pay you $5 million. The fight is going to take place on whatever the date was, April 1st. It's going to be in Madison Square Garden. We're going to pay you. This is the timing of the payment. Also, you're going to get insurance. We're going to have insurance, right? Also, if something goes wrong with this agreement and the building burns down, that's what you call an act of God or act of nature, right? So it's called force majeure. You say, if in case the whole world ends, I'm not responsible for this, right? But you lay out you lay out all the things that you're agreeing to, right? On a piece of paper, this piece of paper. One of the things that they agreed to was that if Andy Ruiz wins, Andy Ruiz will get a rematch. Andy Ruiz will give an immediate rematch to Anthony Joshua. Okay? Eddie Hearn has said that they exercised their rematch clause. You remember when he said that? We exercised the point number 4 on that piece of paper. We now say we notified them that we are demanding a rematch. Are you with me? Okay, just let me know if you're with me. That's what Eddie Hearn is saying. Okay? Somebody give me a yes. You understand? Okay, so you got that. That's what he said happened. He has been saying, now we're going to look at one point on that piece of paper. The rematch provision or clause or paragraph. You can say that's a paragraph that says rematch at the top. It'll say rematch at the top with an underline. And then you have to fight me again. Eddie Hearn said that it said that they get to pick the location and that they agreed to what the purse would be. Okay? That's reasonable. That happens. Andy Ruiz, but watch what happens then. It says that you have to have a rematch, but what would you do with the rematch? Okay? We go from this piece of paper, which is a fight contract. Okay, that's what it's called, a fight contract. An agreement for this fight is what he signed. An agreement for this fight. And in this fight, in this agreement for this fight, I agree to fight you again if I win, if Andy Ruiz wins, right? That's the agreement. But why is this enforceable? Right? Or why would the law why would public interest say that each person has to keep their promise, right? You got to keep your promise. What did you promise to do? I promised to fight Anthony Joshua in exchange for money. That's what I agreed to do. That's what Andy Ruiz agreed to do. Fight Anthony Joshua for money and agree to these other things. One of them was a rematch clause, right? So that's the consideration, right? There's an offer. They ask you to fight. Eddie Hearn made an offer to Andy Ruiz. He said, will you fight Anthony Joshua for $5 million, understanding that you're going to give me a rematch clause if Andy Joshua loses? Andy Ruiz shakes their hand. We agree. Andy Ruiz gives Anthony Joshua and Eddie Hearn what they want, which was a fight, right? Andy Ruiz gets in exchange for that money. Okay? That was that agreement. In that agreement, for that money, Andy Ruiz agreed to give him a rematch. For that money. Okay? You agreed to give him a rematch for that money. Now, what Eddie Hearn said today, which says there's 2 separate contracts, in my understanding of it, is impossible. Not impossible, highly unlikely. I'll put it highly unlikely. Because you cannot, what money did he give Andy Ruiz for the second contract? What money did he give him for the second contract? Did you pay him money already for the second completely different contract? Now he's claiming that it wasn't a clause, it wasn't a paragraph, that he had agreed to an entirely different fight agreement. That's what he's saying, that they signed two separate fight agreements. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. Now he's saying, no, it wasn't the clause in this contract. There was a completely separate agreement that he signed. And I know you're on myself, but I'm saying it's absolutely ridiculous. He's just lying. Like, you're so desperate, you're just going to make up anything? That to me, that makes, but here's the thing. Remember what I said. The reason that Andy Ruiz has to give him a rematch, right, is because he got paid money in exchange for agreeing to give him a rematch. That money was his fight purse. If there was an entirely separate agreement, then Eddie Hearn has to prove that he gave him a different set of money specifically for that fight. Otherwise, that agreement's not going to be enforceable because you have to have given him something. You can't sue him if you did not give him something because you have no damages. What would the damage be for a fight that hasn't taken place, that you have not paid money for? How can you enforce that? What he would say is, oh, I paid him for the previous contract. That doesn't work. You can't use the same consideration or the same payment for two separate agreements. You just can't do it. Like, that'd be like me saying, okay, I paid you to mow my lawn today, and you agreed that you would come next week to remow my lawn, right? And then I pay you to mow my lawn, right? You come back, you don't come back next week. And then I say I have some damages because you didn't come back the next week. What can I say? I'm going to say, well, you agree. Yeah, I agreed that I would, but I don't like the money that you're offering the next week. Now you want to offer me two for it next week. No, go. I'm not going. We entered into a rematch or to a remow agreement, but that doesn't mean I agreed that I was going to do the front and the backyard for $5. These are it's entirely different terms. No, I don't want to do it. We would have to negotiate that, right? But that's what he's saying now. In the scenario that he says there's two different agreements, he's basically saying, I paid for the first lawn mowing. This guy won't mow my lawn again, but that's two different agreements. I paid him $5, and that should hold him down for the next one. It's just, Eddie's just making stuff up. And I'm wondering whether those dudes have a mental breakdown. I mean, think about it, man. This dude just announced a fight in an arena that for a contract that has not been signed. According to Andy Ruiz, it's not been signed. And according to Eddie Hearn, now it's not been signed. Because he said, oh, this contract isn't now. We already signed he already signed this contract before before the first fight. He already signed a second contract before then. Then it's not enforceable. Even if he did, it's not enforceable because you didn't give him any money in order to bind him and make that agreement enforceable. Or to speak in layman's terms, you did not do anything which you can claim a damage. How can you claim damages? You didn't give him anything. Did you spend any money in reliance on it? Did he get any unjust enrichment from it? Is there some reason that he needs to do this even though you didn't pay him? Is there some promissory estoppel? If there is no contract, is there some reason that the law should just make up a contract and enforce it on him? He didn't get, no, yes, see, Prosper Wilson. I'm glad you said that stupid shit that you said. He gave him the fight. That's right. That's why Andy Ruiz, he gave him the fight. And Andy Ruiz, no. He didn't give him the fight. Andy Ruiz gave Anthony Joshua the fight. And Anthony Joshua and Andy Ruiz, Joshua and Hearn gave Andy Ruiz money, and Andy Ruiz gave him the fight. That's the first agreement. That's the payment for the first agreement. As a part of that agreement, he agreed to enter into a rematch, to give him a rematch. But that is basically to enter into a conversation about a second fight contract. They still have to have a fight contract. They still have to talk about and agree about the second fight. All he's saying is that I will enter into and negotiate with you for a second fight. That's it. But if they can't come to an agreement, they can't come to an agreement. That doesn't mean that you get to say, that doesn't mean that you get to dictate every single solitary thing in the second agreement. That's ridiculous. That's ridiculous. Regardless, Eddie Hearn said that he didn't say that he's exercising, he changed from I'm exercising my rematch clause to there's two separate contracts. That's what the dude said. Okay, which one is it? Did you exercise your rematch clause or are you enforcing a separate contract? Which is it? It's one or the other. Prosper? Don't mean to jump on here. Dude, Prosper, I just am looking at you and I don't care if he's a British nationalist or not. There's a lot of British nationalists with common sense. But contractually he missed. What are you fucking talking about? Either it is a term to contract A or it is a totally separate contract B. It can't be both. It's one or the other. Either he exercised a rematch clause, which was part of the agreement, that where Andy Ruiz got paid $5 million. Okay? The fact that he would have to take the rematch clause isn't the fight. It's the money, dumbass. It's the fact that he was paid. He was paid for that rematch clause. Stupid. You have to pay him or give him some other type of benefit specifically for him having signed that contract. That was the money, dumbass. So it's either a rematch clause in an agreement that Eddie Hearn paid Andy Ruiz for, or it is a totally separate agreement in which you have to tell me what did Anthony Joshua and Andy Ruiz give to, what did Anthony Joshua and Eddie Hearn give to Andy Ruiz to sign that contract? What did you give him? And you can't say it was from the first agreement. You can't use the same money that you paid for two separate contracts. You can't do that. The contract ain't got to be seen. Fuck off, you clown. You're a clown. Contracts don't have to be seen. Contracts are an agreement. Unless, according to the statute of frauds in the United States, a contract does not have to be written. A contract is just much more clear and more easily enforceable if it's written. Contracts for things for goods of a certain value, like under the UCC, the Uniform Commercial Code, that have been adopted by different states in the United States under Section 2, I think it is. They have certain rules associated with the sale of goods, and real property. But some contracts have to be written, other ones don't. It makes it more easy to enforce a contract because when you go to a mediator, they can interpret what it is that you promised. And if it's not in plain language, they're going to read it for plain language and industry standards. Dude, shut up. Talking about shit you don't understand, man. Just shut up. You don't know what you're talking about, dude. In none of these scenarios can you use the same money to pay for two different things. You think, you moron, that you can walk into a car dealership, buy one car, take your car home, then show up the next day and say, I paid you I want to buy this car. And they say, okay, well, give me the money. You be like, no, I already gave you money. No, dude, you gave me money for the car you took home. Well, no, I just want to use the same money that I paid for the car, that car. I want to use it on this car too. Are you stupid? That's what Eddie Hearn is trying to do when he said he has two different agreements. You go to a car dealership, you give them $10,000 to buy car A. You take car A home, you shake hands and say, great doing business with you. Then Eddie wants to show back up to the car dealership, back up to the Andy Ruiz, back to the Andy Ruiz car dealership and say, I would like that car too. Well, sure, that car will be $10,000. You can have that car. No, I gave you $10,000 already. Give me the car. I can prove. See, check, $10,000. Give me that car too. You think he's got to give him the car, dumbass? That's the concept of you cannot use the same consideration for two separate agreements, stupid. Which is why non-compete agreements for employment in many states aren't enforceable. Because you're paying somebody money for a job, and then you're saying, oh, well, on top of that, I want you to sign this agreement to say you won't go to work for anybody else. Oh, really? So that's not enforceable because you didn't give them any extra money to agree not to go to work for somebody else. Every agreement that you have has to have its own unique payment or consideration for that specific transaction. You can't claim two. And on top of it, he might say that the rematch clause is unenforceable because there was no specific consideration given for that. But you don't know, stupid, because you're not in fucking New York, because you're not a fucking licensed fucking contract attorney in the state of New York. So shut up. Talking about it. You don't even understand the basics of it. Shit, I understand the basics of it. I would go ask somebody who was barred there. Hey, what is the rule in New York? Well, in New York, they allow this. And there's this case, X versus Y, in this circuit court, this date, and this was the ruling. And this is how they addressed that problem in this state. Okay? And they found, they could argue that Andy Ruiz never intended to be bound by the rematch clause, or that the rematch clause itself violates some public policy in the state of New York, or that although they breached the contract in the state of New York, that for public policy reasons, they're not going to enforce it. Shut up. That's why this moron that said I'm giving legal advice. I'm not giving anybody any fucking legal advice. I can fucking read. Just shut up. You don't know what you're talking about. And for you to believe that Eddie Hearn has two separate agreements with Eddie Hearn has two separate contracts with Andy Ruiz that were signed before the Andy Ruiz won the fight defies logic, because how in the world did he know Andy Ruiz was going to win the fight? You're stupid. And the reason I call you stupid is because you don't know this. I'm not going to sit there and talk. I'm not going to sit there and talk to somebody about heart surgery when you don't know a fucking artery from a vein. Shut up. Okay? I've got a friend who is a radiologist, and I got another friend who's an ER doctor. That radiologist sat down in the chair with the emergency room doctor and asked him, "What's this shit on my ankle? I think this, that, and the other thing." He's like, "Nah, don't worry about that. That's just old age." Because the radiologist is not an emergency room doctor. He doesn't deal with that all the time. But he knows enough. But if you ask the ER doctor what an artery is, he'll be able to tell you. If you ask a gynecology what a vein is, that they're going to be able to tell you. What I'm telling you is this: there is a really general thing called a contract, which is an agreement. Okay. And in order to have but it doesn't matter that you agreed, that agreement has to be enforceable. And in order for it to be enforceable, you have to convince somebody that has the power to enforce it. Okay. Other than that, you're just talking bip, bip, bip. Shut up. I don't have to see what's written to know this. If you did not give him, if you did not suffer a damage, they can't give you anything. You got friends? No way. Your mama's my friend. You kidding me? Who the fuck thinks who you think fucked up your sheets? Fuck you. You heard that door creeping. You heard the door creak. Creak, creak. Who's that? The 9. Hey, you got friends? Yeah, I got friends. Friends with benefits. Your mama. We call them FWB. I'm her friend with benefits. I said, for now, you're going to get a charge for overkill. Stop, dog. Don't come. You guys are whack, man. Stop. Stop with your corny shit, dude. I'm not asking. I'm telling. Okay? I'm not asking. I'm telling. Okay? I'm telling you. I can promise you something. You can promise me something. But if you can't enforce it, it doesn't make a difference. I can promise you something. You can accept I can offer you something. You can accept it. But if you don't do what you're supposed to do and I don't do what I was supposed to do, it's not enforceable and it doesn't matter. So shut up. You're a fucking moron. Okay? You don't know what you're talking about. Shut up. You're a moron. He said, hell, NFL and NBA players have contracts that's not valid just because they sign. Of course. Of course. Dude, I just let me tell you a story here, dummy. Let me help you, stupid. And this is a real one. Okay, stupid. Let me talk to you, stupid. There was a wife whose husband was very, very wealthy. And she wanted to adopt a baby, right? She wanted to adopt a baby. The husband didn't want to adopt a baby. The wife wanted to adopt a baby. The husband said, I don't give a fuck what you say. I am not signing off on that paperwork to adopt that baby. The wife said, well, look, I'll do this. If you sign, I agree. If you adopt this baby, you agree to adopt this baby, I will sign a prenup. I will sign a prenup and give you all the money. I'll give you the rights to all of the money that we have. I will sign off all my rights as a spouse for anything more than $1 million. You give me $1 million custody of the kid. I won't ask for anything else. Right? And the husband said, no problem, baby. Let's do it. The husband signed off and adopted the baby. The baby came home. Got it, dummy? The wife, right, was given a prenup. She signed the prenup, right? Stupid. Right, stupid? Sounds like a deal, right? Contract done, right? He promised to adopt the baby. If she signs the prenup, she signed the prenup, he adopted the baby, right? They got a contract, right? Somebody tell me. Do they have a contract? Yes, they have a contract. Stupid. Guess what happens? Stupid. So you got me upset because y'all be talking. Yeah, they got a contract, right? Yeah, they do. Guess what happened? They went to court because the husband filed for divorce. Husband loved the baby, wanted out of the marriage, right? Went to divorce court, tried to give her what she said with the prenup, said, you know what the court said? Get out of here. Not an enforceable contract. You want to know why? Stupid. Because state law prohibited people adopting kids for financial benefit. So, since the husband only agreed to the adoption because he had a financial benefit, and the wife only agreed to the prenup because she basically paid money or relinquished rights for a baby, the court said it's not in the public interest to enforce this. No. Remanded, go back to fucking court, get a chick her money. Because we're not going to enforce a contract that involves the sale of babies. Stupid. So, dummy, you can have an offer, an acceptance, consideration, exchanges of services, payments, and then they won't enforce it because it's against public will. Also, dummy, there's been cases where people have not even had a contract where they enforced it and made it one for one reason or another. It's not cut and dry, okay? It's not cut and dry. You're stupid. You're stupid because you don't know and you're talking. You don't know and you're talking. Now you think I'm making that up? It's Schultz versus Schultz. You think I'm making that up? It's Schultz versus Schultz. Go read it. It's there. It will explain everything to you about what I said. Okay? There are also times where people, yes, you are very bald and black and beautiful, dude. Put that other B in there. Put the other B in there while you're doing it. While you giving me all these B's, give me my beautiful and a badass at that. Get out of here, dude. Cornball. Get out of here. Because I know y'all going to come try to defend Eddie for acting like he can enforce a contract. As if it's what he thinks that matters. And here's the thing. Here's the other thing, stupid. If he doesn't have plain language in the U.S., they're going to interpret that contract against him because he drafted it. Did you know that? Because there's something called interpretation. There's something called interpretation. When there's some ambiguity in this, then who are they going to say? They're like, well, I think it meant this. Well, I'm thinking it meant that. Then the arbiter comes in and they have to interpret it. And if it is not clear and concise what the party means, and there's two different meanings that you could take from it, the court will tend to interpret it to the benefit of the person against the person that drafted it and punish them for their ambiguity. But did you know that? Nah, you didn't. So shut up. Kenneth Johnson said, I feel your pain. I work in healthcare and I hear every day. I read on Google. My mind, I always think diseases don't care what's on Google. The state of New York, in the state of New York, verbal contracts are enforceable in the state of New York. Dog, verbal contracts are enforceable every damn where. Okay? Just depending on, unless they are specifically determined not to be. Anyway, Fanon on his Sanford, Fanon, Red Fox, and you weirdos are Lamont. He's son of all y'all dummies. Y'all are dummies. Leave me alone. Stop picking on me. Bro, all I'm trying to do is have a boxing channel and talk boxing. That's it. That's all I'm trying to do. Okay? That's all I'm trying to do. But don't come talking shit. Eddie Hearn, get better trolls. Pay your trolls more money. Pay your trolls more money. Do better research for your trolls. Get your trolls, sit down your trolls in a room, in a troll meeting, and get these dudes counterpoints, okay? Because you guys are terrible. You dudes are terrible. And seriously, man, for real. Much love, Zalcanus. You guys got to get together and do better. You fools, listen to Eddie Hearn. You fools, listen to Eddie Hearn have a press conference by himself for announcing a fight in a venue that isn't even in existence for a contract for a fight that the guy's trainer just said wasn't finalized, and you believed Eddie. Fanon just created at least 2 more guys who will make 20 accounts and dislike for no reason. I don't care. Do it. I got cats that I thought were friends hating on me. I don't care. I don't care. You can't fake it. You can't fake this. Okay? You can't fake it. You can't fake it. You can't fake it. Okay? I can't fake this. That's the truth. Okay? I can't fake it. You guys think I just looked this shit up on Google yesterday? Let me try to figure out what public policy behind contracts is. Let me try to figure out what constitutes in the common law, UK common law and US common law, what constitutes a contract, why there are contracts in place before anyway, and what the theories of contract are. Is it, to enforce promises? Is it, to create an equitable distribution of, fair blah, blah, blah. You think I can make that shit up? That's why you guys keep losing, because you guys keep arguing against, argue against logic. You guys argue, what's going on, Bam Bam Tweed? I mean, you guys argue against, dude, that's why y'all keep losing. That's why you keep losing, because you want what you think to be the truth, and you keep hanging on to it no matter what. You believe that that big man on this, you see you standing there right next to Dorothy, you cowardly lion. You sitting there right next to Dorothy with that big green face over there and a guy talking over speakers. You see Toto pull back the curtain and there's a guy pulling levers, and you just do this. Oh, Toto lying. That's who I'm talking to. You see this dude's mouth moving, and this guy's saying what's coming out this dude's mouth, but for some reason, you just want to keep focusing on there. No, the wizard's real. The wizard's real. My mommy told me the wizard's real. The wizard's real. Okay, it's the Wizard of Oz. The Wizard of Oz is real. It's not the man behind the curtain. The Wizard of Oz is real. It's not the man behind the curtain. You want to believe anything, man. Y'all wanted to believe that AJ ducked a $50 million offer from Anthony Joshua, and Eddie Hearn says that the PBC doesn't have the money for it. And despite the fact that you have seen fights put on by the PBC and these same people that did $500 million fights, somehow you let these dudes convince you that these guys couldn't afford $50 million. How does somebody that did a $500 million show and companies that are damn near $1 trillion companies can't afford $50 million? How do you guys get this? How does that work in your brain? Fanon, you're the clearest example of how you defeat all enemies with black excellence. Love it. Please rewatch. Thanks, Brothers UK. I mean, look, all I'm saying is leave me alone. You guys can go somewhere else in your little dummy circles and be stupid, okay? I am not about to get in the ring and say, you know what? Terrence Crawford's garbage, and I'm going to get in the ring and I'm going to prove he's garbage. Fight me, Terrence Crawford. You think I'm going to get there in a ring and start throwing punches with him? I will get knocked out and humiliated very, very quickly if I'm lucky. If I'm lucky, I'll stay awake. If I'm lucky, I'll go to sleep real fast. If I'm unlucky, he's going to cause me all kind of internal bleeding. Okay? I'm not going to do it. Dude, if you want to debate who has the best jab with me, come debate who has the best jab with me. But you guys ain't even. Shut up. Your statements demonstrate clearly what you don't know. Eddie Hearn just lied in your face and said that there was 2 separate agreements signed before the Anthony Joshua, Andy Ruiz fight 1. Without knowing any of the things that I said, you should think to yourself, why would they sign 2 separate contracts? What scenario in your mind can you come up with that would have led them to negotiate 2 entirely separate contracts, right? 2 separate fighter agreements. I think they call fighter agreements. Oh no, it's not an article. It's in an article. Watch this. I'll read it to you. Oh, you guys might not be up on it. Let me tell you what he said. Let me read this for you. It's in a video I got coming up. I always blow my videos. But where is this? It was Eddie Hearn responded to, I think it was in World Boxing. I thought it was in World Boxing News. Where are the, I think this is the home. Let me go through my history. Hold on one second. It's in my video. Let me go through the history. Oh, he fires back at him. This is what he says. All right, where is this? Eddie Hearn says, the rematch for the fight, the contract for the rematch was signed prior to the first fight. They are both signed at the same time. There is no other contract. The contract for the rematch, the fighter agreement, because I'm going to name the contract, the fighter agreement, because that's what it is, the fight agreement. And like I said, I don't represent fighters. I don't do any of that. All I do as a boxing fan is I listen to Shelly Finkel and I read what Fahim Zator sent me about the Lennox Lewis versus Hasim Rahman case where they enforced the rematch clause, or actually they didn't enforce the rematch clause. What they did was they issued an injunction against Hasim Rahman's team and prevented them from making any other fight until they fought Anthony Joshua. So it was very specific what they said. They didn't enforce the rematch clause. They issued an injunction. And in that, they referred it to the fight. They referred to it as an FA, a fighter's agreement, a fight agreement. So this fight agreement is what has the rematch clause in it. And he's clearly saying the contract for the rematch was signed prior to the first fight. And just so you know, he's not meaning one contract. He said they are both signed. Operative words, both signed at the same time. He signed both contracts at the same time. If you sign two separate contracts at the same time, you have to have specific and separate consideration or payment for both contracts. You can't sign two separate agreements and use the same consideration for two separate contracts. That's what I tell you guys about the employment agreements. You can hire somebody as an employee and you sign an employment agreement with them where you're going to pay them X dollars to do the work, but then you have them sign a non-competition agreement, which is a separate contract. Many states won't enforce it because they say you have to give them separate specific consideration or specific payment for the second contract. There's huge problems with that, depending on what state it is that's going to try to, in which you're going to claim is going to enforce the contract. That is not open and closed. That's not open and closed. Anyway, yeah, for two separate occasions. What is a boxing contract? It is an agreement between two people to fight in a boxing ring that is enforceable. Got it? It is an agreement between two people to have a boxing match that is enforceable. That's a boxing contract. A contract is an agreement, man. I don't even call it a contract. It's an agreement. You guys are looking at the fucking piece of paper. Like, this is a piece of paper. This is your contract. No, that is the documentation of your agreement. The contract is the relationship between the two. It's the exchange of goods and services. It's the exchange of the promises and the promises being kept, and in a way that will be enforceable. Advise the contract since AJ is the B-side now with no belts. Unconstitutional. You funny, Kenny Lee Linder. Anyway, Lord forgive me. They know not what they do. Yeah, dog, I would not know what I'm doing if I got in there and fought the dude. But whatever, man. Where's the B sample? Oh, yeah. For non-debater equals teach everyone else. I am. But then I get some potluck jackass trying to shine on me on their channel for doing it. So I'm like, all right, be stupid. Some moron jumped out there and got dog. But dog, all I'm trying to tell you, dude, it's like if somebody's telling you about jabs, straight rights, and all that shit. Dog, come on, man. Trying to tell you a jab is this. This is a jab. This is a jab. A jab is where you throw your hand out in a straight line. That's what a jab is. Your right is this. This is a hook. This is an uppercut. You dummies are watching a guy like this saying, "Ooh, I love that jab. I love that jab." You guys think a headbutt is a jab. Oh, nice jab. That's what it feels like to me. Stop talking. And Eddie Hearn takes advantage of you because he knows you don't know what you're talking about. He knows you don't know what you're talking about. He might not know what he's talking about. I watched this thing for Fred from Barbershop Conversations. It was hilarious because he was in a ring. He was in. Fred, shout out to Fred from Barbershop Conversations, man. This shit was hilarious, man. Fred was in a lobby talking to somebody that worked for Eddie Hearn. And this guy said, "Yeah, I don't talking." He said, "I don't know. This is the lawyer." And he pointed to the guy, he pointed to his counsel, right? Must have been Eddie Hearn's counsel, right? Pointed to him, and this guy's look was like this. Man, it's like this dude was it's like he put his pistol in his mouth like, "Nah, I think it'll be better if I just shut up." Because all he do was just like, I don't know what the fuck this dude's saying, but I work for him, so. He was like, "Hear no evil, speak no evil. Hear no evil, speak no evil. See no evil." I ain't saying nothing. Jerv, what's this dude saying, man? You're a moron, man. I know you're a moron. Lawsuit. So what? So what? Do you realize what happens if you file a lawsuit, which you spell wrong, and you lose? You got to pay the other guy's attorney's fees. So what? You think Al Heyman is worried about a lawsuit that he thinks he can win? He's going to countersue. First of all, he's going to countersue you for something. And if you lose, he's going to make you pay all his legal fees. That's why Bob Arum backed up off of him. Bob Arum threatened that with Bob Arum. That's the first and last time Bob Arum ever tried to sue Al Heyman. You kidding me? Al tried to sue that dude. Bob Arum tried to sue that dude one time, and that was a wrap. And he jumped out quick. Dude, he jumped out quick. But old Oscar De La Hoya had to go the whole length with it. I refused to quit. Bob Arum tried to fake him with a lawsuit. And then after that, he was like, it'd be better to settle. Look, man, I ain't spending all his money on no shit. He called my bluff. Eddie's bluffing, dude. 600 days. Okay, I can't get my Jamaican right on. 600 days and still no B sample. You think you're going to bluff Al Heyman? You think you're going to bluff Fox? You think you're going to bluff CBS? You think you're going to bluff them? Dude, that's the deep pockets. You can't bluff deep pockets. You can't bluff deep pockets. They like, look, man, I know how this works. He got shooters on retainer, dog. He got shooters on retainers. Oh, undo Micadon. Oh, Monster Motion, please. Yeah, no, take out my motions, okay? Man, he got shooters on deck, dog. They got shooters on deck. Even if you right, you better off leaving them dudes alone. You can be dead right, and it still would be better if you left them dudes alone. That's how it works. For 9, Eddie talking about Andy will lose the belts. What does he think they will give the belts to Joshua? Belts up in the air. Wilder has a glove. Dude, that's it. That's what'll happen. So what if they give, first of all, he's bluffing. The press conference was a bluff. That was a bluff. That was a bluff. Eddie is bluffing. Eddie is bluffing with a mirror behind him. Eddie, you can't bluff. You can't bluff. Like, this is Rocky Warrior's business card. He's standing, he's bluffing, holding his cards like this to the camera. I bet you can't read that. You don't know what this card says. That's what he's bluffing with his back. He's bluffing with his back to a wall full of mirrors. Okay? Stop, man. Stop bluffing. Dude, just give the dude a fair deal, man. But he's so entrenched. He's so entrenched. He's so entrenched, or he's got somebody behind him that just don't care about him. Like maybe Barry Hearn. Barry Hearn is, first of all, Barry Hearn is Eddie's boss. Eddie got a boss. It's Barry Hearn. Okay? It's Barry Hearn. Barry Hearn sitting back there, got his son hanging all out there in the wind, cutting these deals, partying in Dubai, kicking it on these monster boats, taking money under the table. Make the fight, man. Here. Man, dog. I wonder who paid that dude under the table. Said, why y'all timing people out for no reason? I don't know, man. Don't time out Cecil Field. They get a little, y'all get a little happy, dog. Let's slow it down, dog. I saw that. Yeah, man, you don't see that, man, because you guys are misunderstanding. Don't misunderstand. Hey, man, if they don't say something disrespectful in that tweet that is clear in the tweet, just do it. Yeah, no worries. For now, take man's to mind the risk he's tripping. Oh, yeah, you tripping, Bo. You tripping, dude. Monster. Hey, Monster, I had to throw you out. I blocked you, which is to take away your moderator status, and then I'll review what the fuck just happened. Because Joseph Brown, dog, you don't block, you don't hit cats the super chat. Number one. You tripping. Okay? Number one, you tripping. Flat out. You bugging. Oh, did I didn't hit Joseph Brown. Oh, I did. Joseph Brown, I'll actually stop. I missed motion, and I hit collateral damage. No worry, I got a quick fix to it. Hold on. Because monster motion, you got about 30 seconds. And Joseph Brown you will be unblocked quickly. Because see, you guys don't get cocky, dog, because I got to see this little tab right here to let me do what I want to do on this mug. And you not fucking with Joseph Brown, homie. Okay? That is bananas. All right? There are cats and people that I give the benefit of the doubt to, and a cat that shows love on a regular basis on this channel and just showed it in your face 5 minutes ago, and you gonna time them out? Nah, you one of them. You highly suspect for that, bro. I can't believe I said bro. I've been listening to too much BFTB. Bro, you tripping, bro. All right, so let me fix this problem real quick. This is a high priority. All right, Joseph Brown will be unhidden. Now. Monster motion, you have been de-wrenched. You've not been hidden, but you have been de-wrenched. Let me save this twice just to make sure it goes through. And you're saved. I'll save this twice. Do not fuck with Joseph Brown. I will blow you away about this joint forever. Okay? How about that? How about that? Okay. Yeah, it says bro a lot. Bro is like the new. Bro is like the new one. Okay. Now, Monster Motion, you're back in. But nah, dog. You know damn well you saw that dude. You saw that dude donating to the channel. You blocked me. That's how I feel. If this dude didn't insult you, a cat that shows up on a regular basis, help support the channel, you blocked me. That's how I take that. Okay? Don't do it. And another thing, y'all cats sneak, and I'm going to tell you who I'm not talking about in this. I'm not talking about Ticket TV. Ticket TV does not believe in super chats and never did. Ticket TV is somebody I'm not talking about here. But the rest of you dudes trying to hate on people, donating through super chat, claiming that it's taking too much money, dude, stop it. There are people who don't have Cash App. There are people who do not have, there are people that just do want to see their name up. And that's the benefit that they get out of it. When you dissuade people from doing that, you're screwing with people, with channels. When you screw with channels profitability with that, because you can't get them, or you would rather have somebody do something else. Stop hating. Okay? That's what I've heard that too many times now. I'm not talking about Ticket TV. This is YouTube is the platform, dude. I don't have any problem with giving YouTube a cut of what they're doing to allow me to talk to you. YouTube ain't taking no money from me that YouTube ain't earned. Okay? You just trying to hate on people getting super chats that you ain't getting. Stop it. Stop it. Cash App and all that stuff is great. Now, I'm not giving any names, weapons. I'm not going to give any names. Cash App is great. Love it. Okay, it is wonderful. Top notch, number one option, no doubt. I've been convinced. I see the benefits. Love Cash App. Love anybody that wants to see their name and wants to have people read their comments right away. That's what happens. Monster Motion, you were timed out. Why were you timed out? You timed out because you tripped, man. But anyway. Oh, he says sorry. Okay, that's cool. I'm sorry that had to happen. Because that shit is highly suspect, fucking with Joseph Brown. I'm telling you, that's highly suspect. That's like, I'm telling you. Now, this dude ain't my child. That's like some kid, somebody coming around your house. You like the little kid. He comes into your house and he's your son's friend. And all of a sudden you see something where he throws a rock at the back of your kid's head and tells you, oh, I'm sorry, your son deserved it. I don't care what my son deserved. Your ass is about to get hurt if you don't get up out of here. Okay? Joseph Brown supports on the daily. That's ridiculous. LDBC blocked the apology. Did he? Hey, it is what it is. You know what I mean? Fanon, give me a wrench. I ain't tripping. Nah, not yet, man. I gotta weed some of these wrenches out. But anyway, man, let me go. I gotta weed some of these wrenches out. That's just a fact. Because things change. And it's not that people didn't deserve the wrench when they got it. They just don't deserve it now. Okay? Because we all change. I popped up on channels and I make channels and you know what my big hint is? If I was a wrench on your channel and I show up, I ain't been there in a while, and I type in a comment and that wrench is gone, then I know. Oh, wow, okay. I used to have a wrench on this channel. I don't anymore. I wonder how that happened. Yeah, they block. It's what it is, man. Don't do that. Because I told you, man, I rock LDBC over here, okay? It is what it is. You guys in the UK can call me a gang member. You can call me whatever you want to call me, okay? I know where my loyalty lies. That's where it lies. And you can think that it shouldn't lie there or whatever. it's where it lies. Okay. These are the people that I want to talk to about boxing every day. These are the people that I make the videos for. These are the people that I'm talking to. I don't need any new subscribers. I don't need them. Okay. I make 10, 11-minute videos with ads in them, knowing damn well I'm not going to be getting 3,000 subscribers a month, because I don't want 3,000 subscribers a month. I want more people in the LDBC to watch my videos and listen to me and comment in the comment section and support and join the Patreon. I have my bubble set. You can like it or you can lump it. I don't care. I've got 28,000 subscribers and I've got about 6,000, 7,000 supporters. My goal is to get my supporters to 10,000 supporters. I have an entirely different metric than what you guys are working on. Okay? I have an entirely different metric. You can say, oh, look at Fanon's views. You knew Fanon only had 3,000 views on that. You damn right. Fanon is winning. I am pulling off my strategy. My strategy is, how many people can I talk to and actually have a real relationship with, talking about boxing, where we can disagree or agree or disagree. I want more Layla D's. And I'm keeping Layla D. Got it? Lala D, excuse me. I'm keeping Lala D. I'm keeping Ivy Webb. I'm keeping Joseph Brown. I'm keeping Sugar Fantastic. I'm keeping Mr. Boxing Today. I'm keeping Blood Boxing. I want to keep the ones I have, much over the ones I'm trying to get. Okay? I'm trying to keep Dark Truth. Okay? I'm trying to keep them. That's the goal. Keep them. It's more important and easier to keep supporters than go try to find new ones. That's it. And if you don't get it, you ain't gonna get it. That's why you bozos are running around doing 2-second videos. Stupid. Why are you doing 2-second videos? Oh, look at my video. It's 1 minute and 2 seconds long, and I got 15,000 views on it, and you ain't make 2 cents. And you ain't made 2 cents. Yeah, you got 2,000. I got 12,000 views on this video, and you ain't make 2 cents. And you didn't make 2 cents. Whoa, I'm impressed. Okay. Whoa, I'm impressed with you. You're wasting your time is what you're doing. Thank you very much. We growing something here, man. And I am going to follow the rules. I will follow the rules. What are the rules? Stop hating on people that are down, that you're supposed to be down with. Stop sneak dissing people, because it ain't sneaky at all. It ain't sneaky at all. You think people don't know who you talk? I've talked to about 3 people, and you know, every one of you mamas that I just talked to know damn well who I'm talking to. And I ain't foolish enough to know that you don't know who I'm talking to. Keep me out your mouth. Keep me out your mouth. Because you wouldn't have nothing if I didn't give it to you. And you know it. I made the mistake with you. I did. I had to go around apologizing to people about you. I'm sorry that I did that. That's my fault. I accept my blame. The fighter of the decade is Deontay Wilder. I got to go, though. Much love to everybody in the super chat, everybody in the chat. I got to go. I got a meeting. Much love to everybody. If you're not subscribed, subscribe. Shout out to the LDBC. Much love, everybody. Come back, Mushin, Monster Mushin, and we'll holler about it next day, man. All right. Peace. Oh, much love on that super chat I just missed. But I got a meeting in like 1 minute and I went too far. Peace.